up, guys? This is Soundwave Jordan here, and we are back once again with another video regarding some Transformers news. And I know what you guys are probably thinking to yourselves. Is this Transformers The Last Night? Nope. Actually, this is news regarding the Bumblebee Spinoff movie. That's right, guys. We actually have some brand new news to talk about regarding the Bumblebee Spinoff movie. And that news is the Bumblebee Spinoff movie finally gets a director. And this director is actually pretty darn good. He has a decent track record, and I'm pretty darn excited to see him, direct Bumblebee and whatnot. So I'm going to quickly read this article to you guys. Then once I read this article, I will talk about it, then offer you guys my opinions, and hopefully we can start up something from there. So let's get on with it. Let's quickly read this, and I'll give you guys my input right after. So let's go. Remember, this is courtesy to TFW 2005. Bumblebee spinoff movie gets a director. Deadline is reporting that the Bumblebee spinoff movie, which is slated for a June 8th, 2018 release date, has a director, Travis Knight. The only film Knight has directed to this point is the stop-motion animated feature Kubo and the Two Strings, but the film was extremely well reviewed by audiences and critics alike with a 97% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It was also nominated for Best Animated Feature Film and Best Achievement in Visual Effects at this year's Academy Awards. Knight's other credits include being the lead animator for the Box Trolls, Paranorman, and Coraline. He's also the president and CEO of the animation company Leica. This will mark the first live-action Transformers film without Michael Bay in the director's chair. Bay recently wrote a letter discussing the possibility of Transformers The Last Night being his last time as a director in the franchise, but nothing has been finalized yet. Christina Hodson, who wrote the script for 2016 Shut-In, was previously named as the writer of the upcoming spin-off, while Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, Steven Spielberg, and Michael Bay will be returning as producers. So this is interesting because Travis Knight, as they just mentioned, this is technically going to be his second time directing a movie. The only movie he's actually directed was Kubo and the Two Strings. And don't get me wrong, Kubo and the Two Strings, according to TFW and the Rotten Tomatoes site right here, it's been rated extremely well with a 97% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes and an 84% rating on Metacritic. And of course, with those type of ratings, that means the movie's been praised by users and critics. So that's a win-win situation. So I'm actually kind of glad that Travis Knight will be introducing himself towards the Transformers franchise, especially for the Bumblebee Solo Movie, because as you guys can tell from his track record, he's been working with things in terms of animations and cartoon movies and whatnot. And those type of movies, they're very creative, they're very different, and they like to step away from the general concept of movies. And the fact that that type of director will be tackling the Transformers franchise, that's going to be so freaking awesome, because of course, since he's been working with animations and cartoons for a long time, and each of those animated movies got high ratings from critic websites, that means that the Bumblebee spinoff movie may actually have a creative direction, and that is something I will be looking forward to. It probably won't have a general concept where it's boring or anything like that, but instead have a fun aspect of it, as well as it being different, unique, and just overall being well directed and creative and whatnot. So that is something I am really looking forward to, because we need some creativity within our Transformers franchise. As you guys already know, Transformers 1 through 4, they didn't get the hottest ratings. I still enjoyed it, but it looks like Hasbro is doing things big with the next few movies. Transformers 5 got new writers, and the Bumblebee movie has an excellent director I will be looking forward to, even though this is his second time directing a film. So that's something I'm looking forward to. The only thing that scares me, though, is the writer. The writer is Christina Hodson, who wrote 2016 Shut-In. And I did my research. I made a video about this a while back, and Shut-In, well, it didn't do too hot. Now, I know what people say. People always say this: do not judge a movie based on its ratings or based on its, what critics say and whatnot. See the movie for yourself and make your own opinion. And I completely agree with that. After all, I love Transformers. I see all the Transformers films despite the ratings it gets. However, reviews tend to give you a what's the word I'm looking for? A general idea of how the movie is going to be. And as you guys can clearly see from here, Shut-In got a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 22% on Metacritic. And on IMDb, it only had a 4.4 out of 10. And the revenue budget, it didn't even pass the budget. So, in other words, that movie did really, really, really bad. And that's what's concerning me, because Christina Hodson, she was the writer for this movie. As you guys can see right here, written by Christina Hodson on the right side of the page. She was the writer for this movie, and well, it didn't do too hot. And of course, you can't put all the blame onto the writer. Of course, there are probably other things, such as the director, the producers, just everything around that. But it just concerns me just a bit, and that is something I will be, keeping my mind on, if you guys get what I'm saying. Because, Travis, I forgot his name, Travis Knight, him joining Transformers is a wonderful thing. He's a creative individual with a lot of creative things in his mind, and to see him tackle the Transformers franchise is truly fantastic. However, Christina Hodson writing the script for the Bumblebee movie, it concerns me a bit, but at the same time, with Travis Knight being there and Steven Spielberg, Michael Bay, and Lorenzo being producers, this may actually still be a good thing despite what happened with 2016 shut in by Christina Hodson. So, that's just something I want to talk about with you guys. But needless to say, I'm pretty darn excited for this. This is pretty darn interesting, and I'm pretty darn happy. This handsome man right here, he's going to be directing Transformers, the Bumblebee Spinoff movie. So, I'm pretty darn excited. I say exciting, wow. But I'm pretty darn excited about this, and I cannot wait to hear more about Travis Knight tackling this film and whatnot. So, be on the lookout for that. Maybe he may direct Transformers 6, who knows, since Michael Bay technically said this is going to be his last film. He said that about the other films, but we're going to see in the future. But if Travis Knight does end up directing Transformers 6, I wouldn't mind that. Of course, we don't know how it's going to be, but I definitely wouldn't mind it. So, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Are you guys stoked about the Bumblebee movie even more? I'm not a fan of Bumblebee, considering he killed my favorite character of all time, but I will watch his movie, and I will give you guys my thoughts regarding his movie. So, that's all I would have to say for today. Once again, like I mentioned before, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below so we can have a nice discussion, and we can offer our inputs on the video and whatnot. So, yeah. I will also leave all links inside the description as well, and I will also leave my Twitter link inside the description, so feel free to follow me as well as tweet me anytime you guys want and whatnot. So thank you guys for watching once more. This is Soundwave Jordan here. Peace, late, and see you guys in the next Transformers video.